Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Phoenix, and this is my Minecraft tutorial series, the Phoenix's Field Guide to Minecraft. I wasn't going to do one of these, but I decided why not go ahead. I've been away again for a little while. I actually got sick, and my hard drive got full, so yeah. Anyway, what I have here is I just created a new world, and let's get started. For those of you who don't know anything about Minecraft, this is Phoenix's Minecraft Field Guide, Episode 1. It is how to survive your first night and just getting started. So, yeah, so this is Minecraft. That's the sun. It's rising. It's going to go right to there. Then it's going to sink in the west. So east, west, south, north. We want to get sheltered in before it gets dark because monsters come out at night and they want to murder me. Now this is an interesting landmass. In my field guide, I'm going to show you a couple different ways to start your first night. Now this is an interesting map. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here. I just started a random one, and it's all randomly generated by the world generator. Now if you know, I'm way up high. I don't want to take falling damage. That's water, so just so you know, if you fall into water, you won't take damage. Woohoo! Okay. So, as you see, I have a piece of dirt already. I picked it up. But anyway, the first thing we need to do is we need to get some wood. And you get that from gathering wood from trees. And I will show you how to do that in a moment. Just walk over to this little tree here. And boom, boom, boom. See? There's blocks here. Everything's a block. So we just want to start. We want to press down our left mouse button to collect. And as you see, well, you want to hold down the left mouse button to collect. And as you do that, the pieces of wood break off the tree, and as they fall into you, you collect them. And if you've noticed around me, the leaves are starting to break away. Okay, so now we have 5 pieces of wood. I'm going to press E to bring up my inventory. And I'm going to take my mouse cursor, click on the wood. I'm going to bring it up here to my crafting square, 4 blocks, and I'm going to just place it right there. And as you see, this is our product pane. This is where whatever you place over here into whatever combination, this is where the product will be. So we're going to turn the wood into wooden planks, and each piece of wood gives me 4 wooden planks, so I can get a total of 20 out of 5. So now I'm going to craft by doing this. 4 blocks like that. I'm going to create a crafting table. Like that. Okay, got a crafting table. So let's place the crafting table down over here. What that does is it increases my crafting limit. So now I have 9 squares instead of 4. Now what I need to do is get some tools. So we're going to go ahead and create some sticks, which is created just like that, putting wood planks one on top of another, and you get 4 for each 2 pieces of wood planks. And now we're going to do this. We're going to draw wood across the top like that, and we're going to put sticks there. That's the handle. This is the head. You get a pickaxe, kind of a T shape. So I'm going to get a wooden pickaxe, and I'm going to get, by doing the same thing but a different shape, an axe. And that's all I should need for right now. Let's break down this crafting table. Using an axe on a crafting table breaks it down a little faster. I'm not going to get into what these little green guys are yet. They're saplings. You use them later on to grow trees. But I'm not going to get into that right away. Alright, so the next thing we need to do before we settle in for the night we want to check our time. It is past noon now, so the sun is sinking, so we only have a little bit of time left. We want to find a place to shelter. And as I said, I'm going to do 3 different kinds of shelters that you can do on your first night to get yourself nice and safe and sound. So, walk over here just in case. Break down a couple more of these. Oops, I'm missing here. Break down one more tree. Okay, good. Alright. Honestly, this is really just a first shelter. It's to get yourself established. The game is endless. You have infinite amount of time to do whatever you need to do. But you have to be you have to manage your time well between day and night. That way you don't get your face eaten by monsters. So what I'm going to show you here is what I call the hidey hole. Actually, that's not what I call it. I call it the bolt hole. I don't know why I call it the bolt hole. I've called it, but I'll show you, because all you do is just carve. Now this is the simplest, most rudimentary shelter you can make. Let's go back one more. It doesn't matter as long as... Ooh, look at that. This is coal, and I was looking for that. That was going to be my next order of business. I was going to go back out and look for coal. But since we're limited on time, that makes everything easier. Alright, so that's coal. You want to look for stone with black specks like that. And I'll show you what you can do with coal in a moment. Let me finish building my shelter. One thing I do is I do this. Okay, now you have a shelter. And I call it a bolt hole because you're out here, you see a monster, you can bolt into it and bolt around the corner and nobody can see you. Now monsters will follow you into it, so what you'll want to do is you'll want to block it off like that. That way there's only one opening. The only thing that can get you are skeletons, which shoot arrows. So that's why you carve the little corner here so that skeletons cannot shoot you with arrows while you're trying to make something or do something at night. So that is the first house. Let me show you what you can do with coal while we're here. Okay. And you can do this with your personal crafting square. Take your sticks, take your coal. Coal on top of stick makes torch. One stick and one piece of coal together in the crafting square gives you 4 torches. Now you can either click and bring it down one at a time, click, 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 which will do that. It'll stack them in your cursor, or if you do, I'll show you one more trick real quick before I move on. Let's make a stick. Actually, I could do it better with... Let me do it with the wood. Okay. So if you see, I clicked once and I can bring it down here, bring it down here. Now I can do it again. Click again. It stacks 8. It stacks 12. Okay. Well, if I want to just do it all, hold shift, click, puts it all down in your inventory. Isn't that handy? That's really, really, really handy. Okay. So now we have torches. What we do with torches is, and as you can see, it is getting dark. Or it's starting to get dark. Sun is setting. Let's plop some torches up to give us some light. And let's just light up in here so that we have room to work on stuff at night. And then we'll just get our block placed. And we're all set for the first night. Not really much to do on the first day. So then you can just plop your crafting bench and away you go. But I'm not done yet. Let's save and quit. We're going to do single player. And just go ahead and delete world 1. Delete. Okay, now we're going to create a new world. I'm going to call it 2. And leave all this stuff alone for now. I'll show you in world 3 what all this does. Let's go ahead and create world 2. It's going to generate everything. I apologize for the sniffles. I've, like I said, I just got over a cold. So if I sound a little nasally, that's why. Alright, as you see, I did another randomly generated world. And now I've spawned in kind of the middle of a forest. There's some cows over there. Same order of business. What we're going to start out with is we're going to go ahead and gather wood. Wood's usually your first. It's always going to be your first necessary material. Because you can't do much without your crafting bench. Crafting bench, you have to have wood. Alright, so... Alright, so let's go up here, and again, I'll show you. Just stack, 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 or just press shift and put it all down there. Alright, and boom, boom, boom. Press shift, put it down in my inventory. Plop it down. Alright, so we want to get, I'll do 12. It was a taller tree than the last one. So, again, order of business, pick is one of your most important tools and most useful. And then we also have the axe, which is useful too. I usually don't go for wooden axes. I don't find them to be typically worth my time to make, because I can just go straight to a much better tool. If you don't know, or if you haven't gathered, you can upgrade your weapons by making them with different materials. Wood is your lowest grade, and then you just move up the ladder. I'll show you here in a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and, because for this next house, or for this next shelter, I'm going to need a lot of wood. So I'm going to quickly go and gather up a bunch of wood, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just went till I lost my my axe. I also went ahead and gathered up some stone. So I'm gonna kind of wander over here. I went over here to get my stone, and this looks like as good a place as any to start with my first house. So, as you'll see, I have a bunch of wood here, and you can do this with any material if you just gather enough of it. Wood's the easiest because you only have to gather. You don't have to gather as much to get far more for your money. You just gather up a whole bunch of wood out there, and then it actually quadruples the amount that you actually have. So then you just go to town, and I can build. Let's leave a little. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is your first shelter, though. This may be, you may be a perfectionist, so maybe you'll turn this into something like really fancy dancy. I don't know. No, I'll just leave that. Okay. Oops. Let's see. I'll be right back when I finish this. I'm going to put a roof on it. And see you in a minute. Alright. So there we have it, the finished product. Shelter number 2. Totally different style. Took a little more work to build. It wasn't just a little carve out in the cave. Let's actually go in here. Plop our workbench down. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to a better axe. And go out here and just demolish this tree. Now as you see, this stone axe eats through this tree really fast. So let me show you another trick. Since I showed you coal last time, let me show you another trick. Minecraft, whoa, what happened there? Minecraft people typically scoff at this, but let me show you. Alright, so the next thing that you're going to probably build once you get established is going to be drawn like this using a crafting table. It's going to be called a furnace. So we're going to plop that guy down, and here's what we're going to do. So still have a little bit of wood left, but I would recommend getting about, depending on the size you want to make your house, anywhere between 32 and 60 some pieces of wood to build a nice little house for your first night. But anyway, I'm going to drop 2 wooden planks in here, and I'm going to take raw wood like it was off the tree and dump it up top. As you see, that sets a little fire, and whatever's up here is getting cooked. Down here is your fuel source, and we end up with charcoal. Charcoal acts exactly the same as regular coal, and we can use that to make torches. So you also get a little light while your furnace is working too, but we'll go ahead and use that. We'll use charcoal to light our house this time instead of coal, since it's what we had available. And I did it all in one day. The sun is now going down. Let's pop back in here. Let's do one more thing to make our home a little tidier. Instead of putting just an ugly block out there, let's do this. We'll come out here, and as you saw, I just did a door by doing it boom, 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 boom. It's 3 tall, 2 wide. So we'll take the door, we'll come over here, place it on the bottom block. Come outside to do it. You want to place it from the outside, and there you go. Right click, right click, right click, right click. Okay, so there you have a door. Come back in and you can fancify it. I recommend not doing more than a single hole. And if you're gonna do this on your first night, make sure you give yourself, whoops, excuse me, hold on one sec. Give yourself, where can I put it? Just give yourself a little, it doesn't have to be much, but give yourself a little nook to hide out in. Because if a skeleton walks up to one of these windows, right now they can shoot you through the window, and there's no place you can go because you don't have a little nook. So make yourself a little bedroom, just a little place to hide out in case you do end up getting bombarded by a skeleton. But yeah, you can do this too. So woohoo! Alright, so house number 3. Alright, let's go ahead and delete world number 2. Create new world. And I'm going to go actually and use this world, regardless of what it is. Okay, so you can name it. Let's you can switch the game mode to hardcore, same as survival. Only it's locked at the hardest difficulty, and you only have 1 life. So if you die, your world gets deleted. And there's also creative, which is you can fly around, you can build stuff, and you cannot die. But let's leave it at survival. This is great for beginners, great for just the casual player who wants to build and survive and explore. Click on more world options. This is where you can enter a seed for the random world generator. Type in anything there. I mean, I can type in Phoenix. Generate structures. Leave that on if you want it to generate what are they called? Strongholds and villages. So yeah. So I'm gonna leave that in there as Phoenix. Let's see what the kind of world Phoenix makes. Done. and go ahead and create new world. Again, I apologize for the sniffling. It's really bad tonight. I should be better in a few days though. Back to top notch. Okay, so nothing terrible here. It's not a bad. A lot of nice resources right at the spawn. The only problem is, well, let's do this so we can safely get down. Go ahead and beat on this wood here, and we'll pop out at the bottom. Okay, got lots of wood already. Got down off of that tree. Let's go ahead and do our normal, whoops, shift. Pop that in. And let's plop him down here. We're going to make a pick, just like normal. I always make a pick, and I always make I usually wait on the axe, but lately I've been doing this. So, all right, now what you need to do, find yourself a nice looking tree. I like this tree, so I'm going to plop my crafting bench right there, and I'm going to go gather some wood. So I'll be right back because I need a lot of wood. Okay, everybody, this should be enough wood. 26, I think that'll be plenty. And I'll show you why I like this tree here in a moment. So let's take our wood. Let's make a bunch of planks. Just go ahead and do that. Leave some raw wood. Now we need to make tons of sticks. Alright. Now I'm going to show you one more advanced item to craft. And that is the ladder. And as you see, you draw that like an H, like the rung and the rails. I think I got out of sequence there somehow. You get 2 per, so this will be 10 ladder pieces. I think that actually will be enough. Didn't need as much wood as I thought. Okay, so you don't need that much wood. Anyway, so there you have it. Now hold shift while going up the ladder, and you can hold yourself up the ladder. You can stop going up. But in order to walk up a ladder, you just literally walk up to it and keep pressing forward to continue going up it. Hold shift and let go of the W key, and you will hang there suspended. So what I want to do is, okay, and now I'm up here. So what I want to do is plop. I'm getting little saplings while I do this. Okay. And there we have it. Pretty much I'm fairly safe up here from skeletons and stuff, as long as they don't see me. I like this because it adds a little thrill, and I think it's just a nifty shelter. As you see, it's kind of decaying, so I have holes in the top. So spiders could drop in my head, and if stuff can climb across trees, which it could, but that's okay, we can fix that. So we'll take our crafting table. Let's actually take it up with us, and let's use it as a block. And let's go see if we can find some coal. Now the nice thing about it is once you're up here, you can do all kinds of stuff. I've got wood. Nice thing about wood is it's raw wood. That's why I kept the raw wood. Raw wood prevents tree leaves from decaying as long as it's placed next to tree leaves. So yeah, so now I have a little like lookout post. It's not the safest because of the holes that leave me exposed, but it's much more fun and more survivally. And got the idea from Paul Soares Jr. when he, in Man vs. Minecraft, hides out in his shelter, or in his tree shelter. But let's go back down. We gotta get our, we gotta get some stone. Thought I saw some around here. Let's plop that down there just so I remember the tree. Nice big valley. Chickens is. So it depends on what you want to do, whether you want to build something or whether you just want to get snuggled into a little hole, or whether you want to be daring and make yourself a nice little hidey hole up in a tree. So okay, got enough stone. Oh, coal, perfect. I think this will be a good world to do my tutorial world in. It looks nice. So, good. And if you want the same seed, you want to do like a follow along, or you just want the seed, it is Phoenix, all lowercase. That's simple. So, let's pop back up in our shelter. We can watch the sun set. Now this poses a problem because the trees are connected. Now monsters can spawn in the top of trees. So if you're not so daring, go ahead and wall this guy off some. You can it's your game. It's a sandbox game. You can do whatever you want. So nobody's gonna judge you but you. So I'm gonna go ahead and yep, I'm putting a furnace in a tree. Set it on fire. I'm gonna put it right there. Okay. So now in order to hide out, I can come over here and just chill. Awesome. This is my favorite little hideout, just because it's different and whatnot. For the most part, I've had success with it. No monsters really see you up here, so they don't really follow you. So, yeah. And so, alright. So let's go ahead and this is where we'll just chill for the night. And I'll go ahead and make some torches. I can light this place up a little. There we go. And put one on each side. Give me some light to work by. I don't think you can, no. Alright, well, that is getting your first night, building your first shelter and getting started. Stay tuned for episode 2. I'll see you there.